Great game. Just proud of our guys. Happy that we could get the win. It looked like we had a lot of opportunities to win, and it was back and forth. But we felt really good about the matchup. We felt good about things that we saw from last year, things that we can improve on, and it was a challenge for the whole program. And to be able to take on Big 12 champions like that, and to get a win, and the game changer were our fans, as always. The support, the noise, the energy, and our players love it. And so, and me as head coach, I love it too. So, looking at the stats, I think overall, really proud of our defense and proud of Coach Tuyaki, the entire team. But defense kept us in there for a little bit when things were struggling, and you have to give Baylor a lot of credit. Dave Aranda is an amazing coach, and his coordinators have done a great job getting their team ready. It just seemed like we made that one play more than they did, but yeah, just happy with the win, man, and looking forward to learning from some of the mistakes that we made in this game. Proud of the players that stepped up. We had some young guys step up. We knew that that we're going to be down a couple receivers, and those young guys really stepped up and made things happen. But tons of fun. Honored to be on the field competing against Baylor, and just really, really fortunate that we got the win, but really proud of our players too. And just I finally have time to just relax and just think about it. So, but that's it. But I'll take any questions you guys have, and take a deep breath too. So.
Where does that game rank in your long coaching career? As far as
I don't know. I just seem like we have so many of those, and I didn't have any gray hair until I got this job, and now I have to cut it short, but it's worth it. It's just a lot of fun, and we've been on the other side of some of these close losses and things like that. But it just seems like the magic happens at home, especially when we get the fans involved. But I don't know where it ranks. Just right now, it feels like the best because it's the most recent, But and I think looking at you guys have been around me just. From last year's game, I made statements about we got to learn from that, and we're going to see them again. And I wanted to see the improvement in our team and in our program from everybody, and I saw it, And so I wish I could take credit for all of it, but it's everyone involved, our staff, our strength coaches, our sports scientists, our trainers, everyone, and the players themselves, getting them ready, and the coaches getting these guys ready and having a great game plan. And, let's just keep building, keep getting better.
Be on the sideline and have a chance to win, miss a field goal, chance to win, miss a field goal, fourth down, chance to win, give it up, and just have these moments where it's just like you had the game won but can't get the job done. What's that like on the sideline to keep the guys going? And
just got to generate the energy and just not give up. And you just build off of each other, So I wish I knew the answer to it all, but the guys are resilient and they stick with it. They don't give up, and they're close to scoring on that. I don't know exactly how close was the 3-yard line or so. And the guys just that's the definition of grit. Just keep going. And we saw it throughout the whole game, though. Baylor's a tough team to prepare for. They're so physical, and you just can't sit there and say, well, we're just going to beat these guys up. That just doesn't happen. Nobody does that to them. And they're physical on both sides, and then obviously they're very efficient in special teams. I think this game just came down to just one play that we were able to make, and like you said, just sticking with it and not giving up. And we believe in Jake, and we love him, and we support him, and we wouldn't be the program that we are right now without him. So it's just tough stuff for him, but it's okay. He'll get better, and he'll learn from it too.
What do you say after the game to help him keep his head up so he doesn't lose confidence?
Oh, I just brought him up in front of the team and told him how much we love him and how much we appreciate all that he's done for our program, and we still believe him. We got his back, And I know no one's hurting more than him right now, but I had to remind him we won the game, You made some field goals and kicked some PATs and allowed us to win this game. You kicked the ball. So there's other things that you did that were positives, and let's not let the two missed field goals be the biggest issue in this. And
Kalani, circle back, you said before this game that we had a measure of your team. What's your evaluation now that you saw what you saw? And if it's good, how did you do it?
Everybody else. I mean, I just issued a challenge from last year's team to now, and we had a bunch of guys. I'm not going to make excuses, but we had a bunch of guys get hurt, and we needed to find ways to get healthy and get bigger and get stronger. And we knew that we would have to come back different. I remember when we played Wisconsin. Well, I can't remember. Mitch, you would know. What year? 17. Yeah, and they physically beat us up. I said, "Oh, this is a great opportunity for us to learn." Now we're going to play them again in a year, and that was the challenge. Let's see what happens in a year from now, how different we can be. And we went up there and beat them, and I thought we matched their physicality on the field. And I wanted to have the same challenge for the guys in this game. And it just happens that they're the champs too, you know. So they had a great year. We knew they had a great team, and it's just. I felt like we can compete against them, right? And looking at the scheme and everything that we did last year, there were just a few deficiencies that we had, and we had to make it better and get more depth and be aggressive and things like that. And that's Tuiaki's good at doing that stuff on defense, but on offense we just had to stick to it. I mean, they're a good team. They stay. They're not going to have a bad defense, you know. So looking at the stats, it was back and forth, but when you look at the runs, I mean, how often are you going to see those type of averages, you know, from these two teams that have physical O-line? And that's a good place to start and keep working and getting better. But we just you stay humble and keep working now, you know. So we're fortunate to get this win, but. Let's stay humble and stay hungry and keep working and get ready for the next one.
How tough it was to run against Baylor? How meaningful was it that you were able to get the winning touchdown by going back-to-back runs with Katoa?
Yeah, and you know, we just, I mean, Lopini and CB are going to run the ball. They're going to, you know, with most defenses, they'll wear you out and then they'll puncture and get through. This is a very solid defense, and they tackled really well. But we can't just become one-dimensional and just give up on the run. We had to. I mean, a lot of what we do, the run has to be effective. And you look at it, you go, okay, how effective? Well, showing them that we're just not going to give up on it, you know, because they have a stout D line, a stout front seven, can't just give up on it. And A-Rod has done an amazing job at creating our identity on this offense and sticking with it. And we played complementary football. I felt like all three phases worked well together. Offense and defense worked well together, and you know, I had a staff that had to keep me from being too aggressive, wanted to go for it all the time, and you know, so we kicked a field goal once when I wanted to go for it, and I think it was after a timeout and all that. So I'm glad I have good people to tell me when to fold and kick a field goal. But
what did you see out of Chase Roberts tonight without Romney and Nakua going for 122 yards and also threw for a touchdown?
This stuff happens. It happens when I guess when everybody's questioning what we're going to do. Chase Roberts is a great player. He's just hasn't had all his opportunities, and we love Puka and Gunner, but I mean, we talked about our depth quite often, and I thought Chase Roberts did a great job. I thought Cody Epps did a great job. Braden Cosper did a great job. Keanu Hill. And those guys played really well. Dallin Holker, Isaac Rex. Those guys played really well. And I thought the backs caught the ball in the backfield efficiently. And the thing I was really impressed with is they took care of the football. And that paid off in this type of game. I mean, I don't think anybody had turnovers in this game, right? So, I mean, it was a back and forth game. It's glad we were able to get that play on fourth down.
Kalani, are you good enough now to win the Big 12?
Man, we're good enough tonight to beat Baylor, you know, by one play. And, but the season's long. We have to get ready for the next one. My job is to keep these guys humble and keep working. So we're going to enjoy it for a little bit, but then we got to go to church, get humble, you know. And I don't know if we were humble enough last year to learn enough. And so we always talk about our culture of love and learn. And it's important that we look at the mistakes that were made and things that we can improve on, and make sure that we perform better next week when we play Oregon.
Coach, Coach, I think there's something interesting you said at halftime to the radio crew. You said the most fundamentally sound team in the second half would win the football game, but where did you see your team was the most fundamentally sound that you could exploit the Bears in the second half and overtime that ended up getting you guys to the victory?
Well, I think when talking about technique and they had some great fundamentals. They tackled well. We had some missed tackles, but our guys just didn't give up. I mean, fundamentals is effort too. So you look at the effort and the energy. The guys just don't quit. And it was easy, especially when things looked kind of bleak and they were about to score inside the 5-yard line. It takes a mental toughness for those guys to respond the way they did. And so I thought we blocked well. I thought we tackled good enough. I thought they did some great things blocking. I mean, it was 4th and 3.5 or so, and they ran the ball. That's grimy. He's gonna just give it a chance to get the first down. And then it's like, I wish I would just said something because I knew that was going to happen. But I don't know. But it's just when it comes down to it, both teams did a really good job, and we just were able to get the upper hand towards the end. And the team just kept believing that they could get it done, especially when you see that we had the game won if we make field goals and things like that. But I like the resilience in this group.
Kalani, you touched on this at the beginning, but how big was the students and the fans in that final drive?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, I almost lost my voice on the Cougar walk. I was just so energized by it. But I don't know. I have to apologize to my kids for embarrassing them by me jumping around and all that stuff. But I'm going to be me and just want to show them how much I appreciate them. I grew up a BYU fan, so I'm a fan first. Fan before I was a player and fan before I was a head coach. So when I see them there, I just want them to know how much I appreciate them. And part of that is me just showing gratitude by cheering and getting excited and asking them to yell. And yeah, it was a huge benefit for us. I mean, the defense felt the energy from them, and we switched sides. Not that the north side wasn't loud, but they had some Baylor fans on that section, and that's the reason why Baylor chose that side, because it wasn't as loud. So all that stuff, all the little things, it all matters, and the fans should feel really good about themselves if they lost their voice.
Last question. How critical is the leadership of Jaron Hall? We saw him embrace Jake Oldred at the end of the game. Just his leadership, what it means to this team.
Yeah, listen, I don't know if I can do it justice by saying how good his leadership is, but the leadership on our team. When we voted for captains, it was like 8 guys got most of the votes, and then another 10 got a bunch of votes, and you're sitting there going, we have a really good leadership on this team in depth, but it also takes a good group of young men that are willing to follow too, and our culture is about truth and not really worrying about you have to be a captain to speak the truth. If you're a walk-on and you're a guy that doesn't even travel, if what you say is true, we listen. And that's part of us being humble and trying to find ways to – everybody has a role on this team. And, I just want them to relish it. And you saw Batty got hurt in the game, and he was one of the biggest cheerleaders on the sideline, right? So that's the culture of the team, and that's leadership in our program. And I wish I could say it was all me, but it's the players. I get to coach great young men from just unbelievable families, and, man, it's just a lot of fun. And sometimes it's just good for me to just get out of the way and let them do their thing. So.
Could you speak to the noise, the fans, the 12th man, the 7 false starts?
Someone asked that already, but I'll because I love the fans so much, I will do it again. The fans are awesome and make a lot of noise, and it was kind of weird because I think BYU fans want to see points on the board all the time, right? But it was just kind of like a defensive struggle, and all the defensive coaches on both sides were smiling and all happy, but the fans are just kind of like, we got to see something. And then I think they had a miscommunication on offense, and then the fans just erupted and made a lot of noise, and then it just wasn't never quiet again, and my shoulders are tired from doing this because that's all I did. I was just like, get louder and make more noise, and it's just, it's a huge advantage. And so, and the ones that go to our away games, they make a lot of noise too. So, we're very grateful for our fans, and that's why I want our players to be around them and love them as much as possible. And I still have a goal of hugging every fan I don't know if I can get that done, but I've hugged a lot already, and COVID threw a wrinkle in those plans, but hopefully we can continue to get that going. But I appreciate all you guys, and thank you for your jobs and doing it well. Thank you.